Well, hi there. How is it going? It's another gorgeous Thursday here on Live at the Loom. Just in case you haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and every Thursday we gather virtually just to hang out, talk weaving, talk life, whatever else comes up. It's one of my favorite times of the week for sure. Everyone, please give a warm welcome and a big thank you to Lori, our gatekeeper. She's doing all the things. She's keeping me in line, which let me tell you, hard to do that. That is a well-known fact. Let me say hello to some of the beautiful people today. Hello, Gemma and Carolyn and Carrie. And Cindy is here from Prince Edward Island, and Glenna is on. Hello. I see Ernie in there. Ernie, where are you today? Hi, Carol. Carol says it's 9:30. Can I call a do-over for the day so early in the morning? Yes, Carol, you can. We give you permission to just start all over again. Start fresh. Yeah. No worries. Hello, Leslie from Scotland. See, the internationalness of Live at the Loom makes me so just tickled. Hello, Priscilla and Candace. And Connie is on. And is Shannon, right? See, okay, my brain. Total brain farts. Hello. And Christy's here, and Jennifer Fowler. Jennifer is canning and making all the things right now. She's prime harvest season for our girl Jennifer Fowler, that's for sure. Let's see. Pam was on. Hello, Pam. How are you? Ernie says I'm home at Flagstaff for another hour. Oh, for another hour. Leaving soon for Colorado. It's our 20th annual Porsche 914 rally. See? Ernie, have you and Sam talked cars? I know Sam is one of our other car people in the crew. I didn't know if you guys talked cars yet. Christy is warping the rigid heddle for holiday towels, waiting for this party to start. Woohoo! Christy, we always love when you can join us. That is awesome. Maureen is here. Hello, Maureen. And Sam is on. Were your ears buzzing? Sam, I was just talking about you. I didn't know if you and Ernie have talked cars or not. Sherry is here. Hello, Sherry. And Alex. Woohoo. And Ellen. Friends, I got to see my girl Ellen in person the other day. Anytime I get to give Ellen a big hug is a good day. Let me just tell you. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Hold that thought. Put a pin in that, friends. We'll get back to it. Hello, Rhonda. So many cool pictures of projects in the Facebook feed this past week. Yeah, right? Oh, the Facebook group is amazing. Rhonda, I'm so glad you brought that up. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this little note right here. If you guys aren't familiar, we have an ongoing Facebook group called the Acting Creative Community, and it is a magical place to be, I got to say. So if you want a place to share your projects, to ask questions, offer advice, share tips, tricks, whatever you're learning, this is the place to be. It's so vibrant and wonderful. Thank you, Rhonda, for bringing that up. If you aren't already part of the group, just go answer the questions, and we'll welcome you. We'll welcome you in. Hello, Jody Ibarra. Jody. Okay, so sidebar here. So, Jody and I, well, let's just say that there are a couple times a year when Jody and I talk frequently, and right now is one of them, because the October Weave Along is coming, and she is our official yarn person for this. So I mean, Jody and I keep in touch pretty much year round. However, there are certain weeks of the year that we are close. We are tight. So right now, Jody Ibarra is probably like, oh, it's that girl Chris again. Because I'm like, hey, Jody, here's another question. Oh, hello, Sue Ann Sullivan from Seattle. Cool and gray here this morning, harvesting tons of cherry tomatoes lately. I love that. My tomato harvest has not been impressive, sadly. But what can you do? It's another year. You just carry on, do what you can. Sam will be roasting tomatoes. Speaking of tomatoes, roasting tomatoes and garlic. Yum. Jennifer says, here in Tennessee, we're just starting to get some of the rain from the hurricane. I think the hurricane is bringing us some kind of odd weather here, too, I got to say. Carol says, I plant cherry tomatoes exclusively for the chickens. They're at the point of the season where I simply show them a tomato and they threaten to run away. They're No, ma. No, no tomatoes. Thank you so much. I've had enough. Oh, Donna, you're not late, my friend. I pushed the button 5 minutes ago. You're perfectly on time. We're so glad you're here. Hello, Helene. Beautiful name from Cologne. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad you're here. We're always up for new weavers to join us, of course. Leslie says, I've learned I'm guessing so much from the Facebook group. Everyone is generous with their advice. Do you know what? That is the beauty of weavers pretty much across the board, but especially our little group that we're attracting here. Everyone is so willing to share what they know. And isn't that the way that we all get better, right? We all, if we can help each other out along the way, it's all good news. Candace says, waiting for the new puppy. Gia Rose. Yeah, there we go. She says she has a new puppy to settle down so I can wind my towel project. My Gia Rose thinks everything is for her to chew and tug on. Well, yes. If you're, I forget how old the puppy is, Candace, but if you're a little pup like that, everything is yours. Yeah. Hello, Suzanne, from the beautiful province of Quebec. Finally got started weaving my 50 yards of Swarthmore check. Page 69 of Hand Weaver's pattern book. 14 done and 4 more to go. Wow. Suzanne, that is impressive. And the fact that you're you're a quarter done already? Very, very impressive. Nicely done, my friend. Carol says she doesn't let those tomatoes go to waste. I freeze all the extra. They're happy to see them again in January when there's a wind chill below 50. It's our version of imagining a rum and a coconut on a tropical beach. Carol has such a wonderful way with words. It is endlessly entertaining. Oh, see? I like it. Hey, Lori, those topics could just be offline for us, my friend. That can be for another day. That would be awesome. I just want to capture that okay. So Candace says the puppy is 16 weeks today. Zoomies and all. What? Lori Holland Klein is on. Hello, Lori. We remember you. We've been missing you. How are you? That's so fun. See? It's like it's like the start of school or something. We all get back together and we're like, yay, how are you? What is happening? We were commenting on the fact that summer can be a little iffy because people are vacationing and they're doing all the things, but when September rolls around, I feel like everyone's like locked in, like I'm here, yay, let's do the stuff. It's awesome. Okay, so here's the Ellen story. So I was very fortunate to be invited to speak at the Illinois Prairie Weavers Guild meeting. Now, this is a meeting that's for, is a group that's for kind of, I would say kind of the western suburbs of Chicago. I think that's fair. And I'm vaguely familiar with the group because a million years ago when I started weaving, I lived kind of in that area. Like I have connections to that area. Anyways, Ellen is a member there at the guild, but Ellen still lives like, Ellen's at least 45 minutes from there. So I had said, I'm gonna present. Are you gonna come? And she was like, oh, I'll probably just do the Zoom thing. I'm like, okay, that's no problem. And it's behind the scenes. I'm kind of getting settled in, and I'm in the bathroom, and Ellen walks in. Let's just say there's some squealing. There was joyful squealing when I got to see my girl in person. That is always a treat. So, anyways, if anyone else is part of the Illinois Prairie Weavers Guild, it was so lovely to see you. I had a wonderful experience. You guys have a beautiful guild there, and keep up all the good work. Okay, so what do we have to talk about today? We have lots to talk about today. I have to tell you, the big topic du jour is the October Weave Along, because on Monday we are announcing the pattern, my friends. Yep, it is. We've been keeping it under wraps for a very long time now, and I'm so excited that we finally get to blab all about it. Now, for anyone who's part of the Action Creative Insiders, let me put this dude right there. They get the first look. The pre-announcement today at noon is going to be released. So in just a little over 2 hours, they'll get the first look at the project and find out what the pattern is for this time around. So, and that's for all the paid members. If you're like, I need to know first, come on over, join the membership, and you'll get you'll get to know before everybody else. Plus, everyone that's at the $10 tier and up actually gets access to a free copy of the multi-shaft project. So all kinds of good things. It's a great time to be an Acting Creative Insider. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Ellen. See, love that girl. I think we're talking tomorrow, Ellen, aren't we? I'll text you. Carol says, so in the bathroom, it sounded like there was a dolphin emergency going on. The squealing, maybe. I wasn't outside to hear us, so that's could be. It could be that it sounded like there was something else, some animal trapped in the bathroom. I don't know, but we're, it's good to see weavers in person, because as much as I love having everyone online, which is amazing, it is still something really, really special about seeing people in person. So, okay. Lori, I never quite know what comment's going to pop up. It's very exciting. It's, yeah. Don't worry, Lori. You're never, ever, ever fired. Don't you even worry. She says, hit the like button. Yes, friends. If you are enjoying yourself, if you're, she says, fire me. Nope, I'm never firing you, Lori. It's not going to happen. So, yes. So for Live at the Loom, if you have friends that you think might enjoy this, wow, words. Mm-hmm. Yeah, words. If you have other people that you think would love to be part of our sweet community, just to invite them over. That'd be awesome. So, okay, wait, before I leave off the October Weave Along topic, just so you have an idea of some significant dates, Monday, the 16th, will be when the pattern is announced and the projects are revealed. Dun, dun, dun. And then on the 23rd, that will be the day that the Facebook group opens. And I want to just give a very special shout out. We'll have lots of shout outs, but this weave along, any weave along from Acting Creative, it has grown into a much bigger thing, and which is amazing and so exciting. And I always look forward to it, but it takes a small army of weavers to pull this off. So I especially want to give a thank you to the people that are continued to be our Weave Along squad and will manage our Facebook group. So thank you to Sam and Priscilla and to Bonnie, who are going to make sure that that is a great experience, and just the best volunteers. They're amazing. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Are you ready? Do you have a loom empty? Just let me know if you're ready for the Weave Along to be starting up in just a minute. Hello, my friend. You are not late. Don't you worry. You're right on time. We were waiting for you. We saved you a seat. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Christina. Thank you. See, on occasion, I'm like, hey, you. Name, Christina. Thank you. You would think I would remember that. My full name is Christine, so it would be Comfort Odyssey. It's Christina. Got it. Okay. So, by the way, last week we talked briefly about doing some other panel discussions, because our panel discussion in August was a huge success. Our discussion about weaving with chronic pain and physical limitations. And we're absolutely going to do more than that. So last week, I kind of asked for other ideas. You guys had some wonderful ideas. If you think of other things, other topics you would like a panel to discuss here on Live at the Loom, do not be afraid to email me, chris@actingcreative.net, or you can put them in the comments here. We'll see. We'll see our girl Lori. She can capture them. She can do it. Yep. The other thing too is studio tours. I think tentatively that eventually Jody Abar and I are going to coordinate to do a studio tour there, which will be awesome. And maybe, if I remember correctly, Jennifer Fowler, sometime in the future, we're doing one. I think that's part of the plan. So that will be That'll be very exciting because no matter how big your space is, it's still very, very cool to see, where are you weaving? What kind of organization do you use for your stuff? It's just fun. I think that it also gives us an opportunity to chat with you, in person. Well, virtually in person, so that we get a feel for how wonderful you are in person. Because on the screen, that only goes so far. Okay. Carol says that Nessie is empty and so is Charlotte. Fergus, well, I'm taking out this morning on Fergus. Taking out. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I need the code to translate. She's doing stuff on Fergus. We got you. But she's got Nessie and Charlotte are empty, which is fantastic. Yup. Let's see. Gemma has 2 scarves. I'll wind on my loom, then wait till Monday to thread my heddles. Fantastic. Yes. You guys jump in and let me know how your projects are going. We're at that part of the fun today. Go ahead and let me know what's on your loom. How are things going? Are you wrapping something up? Are you starting something? You let me know. What's happening on your loom in your corner of the world? Mike says, hi, Mike. I'm trucking along with towel number 3 on the floor loom. I'm getting ready to get my moving warp on my loom to get ready for travel. Oh, what kind of loom do you take with you to travel, Mike? That's awesome. I like it. A moving warp. Rhonda says, I'm doing a set of placemats for my mom. Oh, sweet. I have A2 cotton and 9 yards on the warping board, almost ready to slay. Woohoo! Okay, I kind of love placemats. There's something about, it could be that I typically do placemats with rep weave, and I really love rep weave, but I think that's just a fun item to make because you don't have a lot of parameters. The only challenge is you have to make, typically you don't have to, but typically placemats, if you have like a set of 6, they all have to be relatively the same size. That could be a challenge. That's the only fly in the ointment there. But Rhonda, we're very excited. What pattern are you using for this, Rhonda? Did you say already? My apologies if you did. Christina says, currently I'm starting on row 8 out of 10. Each row consists of 6 5-inch by 5-inch plain weave squares. This is for the 30-inch by 40-inch I had posted a while back in the Facebook group. Christina is rocking it. She's got big plans happening there, which is amazing. Let's see. Ellen said, just took 3 shawls off the loom and ready for the washer. Have a few more to sew up. By the way, I don't know if you guys do this like Ellen does, which I think is fantastic, but she'll wait till she has like a whole bunch to sew, and then she'll have like one day. She's like, okay, it's sewing day. I'm going to knock it all out, which I just think that just seems smart. The sewing machine is ready. You've psyched yourself up to sit there and make some hems or whatever you need to do. I think that seems very smart. Jody is weaving some ideas for the Little Looms magazine. Fantastic. That's fun. Little Looms does a lot. They're a very active crew over there, that's for sure. Priscilla says Derby is still is empty. Darling still has my never-ending waffle weave towels. Oh, we're still going. Okay, awesome. I'm warping a project for Derby, but it might have to be set aside for the October Weave Along project. Okay, you manage all of the looms best you can there, my friend. Sherry says, have to warp up 5 of my looms for the Art Harvest Tour in 3 weeks. Whew. My studio is the second stop. Nice. Coming up with ideas for each loom has my head spinning. Well, my friend, there is a weave along coming, so that could help knock out one of the looms. That could help with that. Just a thought. Just if you need some inspiration. That sounds intense, though. Sherry is warping 5 looms for people to just wander around and see all your looms. That's yeah. Oh, Mike says I'm moving to St. Louis in October. My teacher recommended I have a warp on it to transport it. Oh, interesting. Is that I haven't heard that before, Mike. Is that a thing? Yeah. Why not? A moving warp. I love that. Okay. St. Louis, does that mean you'll be, Mike, forgive me, where are you now? Are you this new to the Midwest? Because welcome. St. Louis is a great town. Sue Ann says, today I'm going to start winding a warp for holiday towels with some nifty silver metallic yarn in a bit of the warp. It's a yarn I've never used before, so we shall see. Okay, Sue Ann, you're going to use the metallic yarn in the warp. Ooh, okay. Keep us posted. I would think it'd be pretty sturdy. Yeah, I'm very curious now, Sue Ann. This sounds fantastic. And yes, please, metallic yarn. Christy Lofton says using Jody Ibarra's Winter Wonderland pattern in wine, dark green, and white. Ooh, beautiful. Love this pattern for towels. Yeah, that sounds gorgeous. All right, that sounds awesome. Okay, so Rhonda said for her placemats, it's a combined tabby and a little bit of twill, sounds like. That's awesome. Beautiful. Those will be great. Those will be great. Yes. She said, I don't know if there's a name for it, but I found on the LeClaire page. Yeah. If you're doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, it sounds like a 12 variation. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Gemma asked, does anybody do backstrap weaving? I'm listening to the Long Thread podcast. Seriously thinking of trying next year. Very cool. Backstrap weaving. Do you know what? I have like one short little story to go with backstrap weaving. So this was not long after I started weaving, and I don't know exactly what inspired me, except I was just kind of absorbing all the things. And I remember sitting in my apartment, and I was like, okay, if I attach the front to my belt, and then I attached the other end to like, I like wedged it under my TV, because back then TVs weighed 1,000,000 pounds. Do you remember when TVs weighed 1,000,000 pounds? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wedged it under the TV. So this was my setup. I remember sitting in my living room watching TV being like, okay, I can kind of get the gist of this. I haven't done much since then though. So I don't have a lot of experience with backstrap weaving. Thank you for asking though, Gemma. That's awesome. Anybody else? Connie says on my loom, napkins on Burnt Marie, demonstrations. Okay. Runner on Kelda. I remember Kelda. That's a great name. Bath mat on Matilda. Threading towels on Ilya. Warping placemats for Cherry. Black Bess is empty as she will be replaced. Like you're gonna, Black Bess is gonna move out of the studio altogether. Connie, is that what that means? Wow. I just like the names. That's fantastic. Hello, Alex, darling. I designed a pattern that looks good on paper, but is not turning out. I think I need a weaving design course. You know what? I've had that happen recently, Alex. That is, I can sympathize, my friend. Yes. Carrie says I'm still learning crackle weave on 7 meters of warp. Wow. I'm going to try out many treadling threading styles until the warp runs out or I get bored. I like this approach, Carrie. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't have a lot of experience with crackle weave, but I found that when I did it, I kept trying to make it overshot. That sounds weird. I know, but Crackle doesn't have a lot of hard and fast rules. So I think you have a lot of options when it comes to playing. I can't wait to see how this turns out, Carrie. That's going to be. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jennifer Fowler. I see your note. Awesome. Lori says, I put that 8-year stalled warp. I took it off over a year ago. Okay. I put it back on and weaving it now. Threads breaking like crazy, but I'm just blazing through. It's getting a little narrower. Sometimes, Lori, that is what the times call for, right? You're like, let's just go. Doesn't matter what it is. We're going to get it off. We're going to have some fun doing it, and then we can move on. Yeah. Weaving, I always appreciate weaving because in some ways I feel like it's such a metaphor for life. You just got to keep going because it's really rare that I ever cut a project off. I will on occasion if it's really bad, but for the most part, you're like, just keep going. Just carry on. Gemma says, hemming is my nemesis. My machine is temperamental. Oh, that doesn't make it fun. And I don't find that hemming is fun anyway. So if the machine gives you grief, whoo. Lori's like, the goal is to get it free for the weave along. Lori, that's fantastic. That sounds like a great plan. Oh, okay. Mike's in Missouri and moving to Missouri. Okay. All right. I like that. That's still, yeah. That's moving. Even if you're moving like across the street, it's still moving. Yeah, it's an ordeal. Lori first started on a backstrap loom. That's fantastic. Yeah. See, I figured you guys would have some experience. Carrie says, I did backstrap weaving one time only. Not good for getting up to answer the door or for backstuffers. That's true, because you have to like detach yourself or the project. I hadn't thought about that, Carrie. You're exactly right. Please don't have to use the bathroom when you're doing backstrap weaving. Come on now. Connie says, Black Bess is going to storage for the granddaughter. I'm getting a new to me loom this week. We love new looms. We need like some kind of a bell or something that we ring when someone has a new loom. A new to me, whatever. You know, we need some kind of a a sound. We need something. We'll work on that. We'll work on that. We need something because that's such a significant moment in time when you get a new loom. That's fantastic. Hello, Jody Ward. Speaking of people that I got to see at the Illinois Prairie Weavers Guild, so sweet. She says she's dressing for an online course, deflected double weave. Ooh, on the 8 shaft, nice. On the side, and during work, I'm playing with a couple hexagon pin looms. Ooh, I think that was part of your show and tell, wasn't it, Jody? Hexagon pin looms. That's a good shape. That's a good. Come on, I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, Connie says backstrap. Ironically enough, very hard on the back. Thank you, Connie. That is brilliant. And yeah, and yeah, that's good. Christina says, good news. My mom got me a rigid heddle for early birthday Christmas present. I'll be driving down 2 hours one way sometime in October to get it. See, we need a bell. We need something to ring when people get new looms. This is so exciting. Congratulations, Christina. That's awesome. Hello, Sandra. Look at her sneaking in. That is awesome. Yes, please. Carrie said she'll put pictures of the crackle experiment. I like it, the crackle experiment. Let's see. Sue Ann, I find hand hemming to be a nice meditative task. Okay. Pop on a good audiobook and hem away. Sue Ann, I love that. That's just to have like a zen moment, right? You're like, okay, I'm just gonna take my time, enjoy the process. I love that. I need to hang out with Sue Ann more often because the stress level has been a little higher than usual over here lately. That's all right. Maybe I need some hand hemming. Or not. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. Lori, she's the best. She's like, just a reminder. Connie says I hem most of my things by hand. Okay, Connie does it too. I don't like how the machine stitching looks. Fair enough. That is fair, my friend. Gemma says, got my girlfriend's scarf and a rigid heddle loomed on Tuesday. Oh, you're making her the scarf. Okay, all right. Beautiful cotton silk warp and weft in pink and purple. Nice. Priscilla said, I hate doing hemming. I did do a hand sewn hem on my last towels. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Okay. I may move to that in the future, but I ship other projects to friends to sew. You are preaching to the choir, sister. That's why I have no less than 3 seamstresses. Yes, that's actually not an exaggeration. Do I have more than 3? No, I have 3. I have 3. They all do different things for me, but yes. Sue Ann says, Laverne Waddington is a backstrap weaver who's very active on Ravelry in the Warped Weavers group. She is full of good information. Thank you, Sue Ann. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. By the way, let me just ask just a general question. How many of you do things on Ravelry for weaving? Let me specify, because I know of Ravelry, but I always think of it as being more kind of a knitting platform. But tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if that's incorrect information these days, because I've heard a few of you talk about Ravelry and weaving in the same sentence. So I'm curious. Oh, you're right, Carrie. I should do the whole. Is it the peace sign with the balloons? Is that what it is? With the, I still think we need a sound though. We need some kind of a. Yeah. 2 hands up for fireworks. Is that what it is? Do I need to like jazz hands? Is that what I need to do here? It's not working at the moment. I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. Isn't that the truth? When you want it to happen, it doesn't. And when you don't want it to happen, it does all the time. Okay. Shannon says she's in Southwest Missouri. Look, you guys are, yeah. There's a group of weavers centered in the Columbia area. That's exciting. Look we're just making connections right, left, and center today. Connie says, I'm so excited about the new loom. Dreamed about it this morning. It was disappointingly different than I expected. Uh-oh. Oh, Connie, I have no doubt that you will sort all of that out, my friend. Mike says, I don't know how to sew at all. So I politely ask others for help. I owe many people for helping me with sewing. Oof. Preach, Mike. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Jennifer says, see, she also suggested the peace sign for balloons to come up when people get new looms. Do I have to have the comments off? See, it's not doing it all today. Sometimes I can't get it to stop. And today it won't do it. Do 2 hands. Okay, Rhonda says backstrap looming is fun with cats in the house. Do you know what? The when I first started to learn how to weave, she had cats, and I always thought, Okay, how do you have cats in a weaving store? But she did, and they, for the most part, I don't think got in the way. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Ernie is all in with Mike. He's like, sewing, not so much. Okay, Jody says, I found if you hem, especially for towels, as you finish one hem, butt up the next towel to hem. That way you're not fighting with the hill and valley challenge. Oh, interesting. Jody, we may need more specifics for that. That sounds like an interesting strategy there. I like that. Hey, Leah, you are just on time, my friend. No worries. Yeah, right? Rhonda, I'm in the same boat. Okay, so Anne says there's a number of good weaving groups on Ravelry. Interesting. See? Carol says I used to do Ravelry, but there are Loom and weaving groups. Okay. All right. Duly noted. Gemma said her daughter passed her driving test today. Woohoo! Congratulations to her. Okay, Lori says Worked Weavers is the most active group on Ravelry. She forgot about. Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay. Priscilla says, can we have a lesson in Ravelry? I cannot get that site figured out. Do you know what? This sounds like a perfect thing to discuss on the Facebook group, right? That sounds awesome because clearly I'm not on Ravelry. Alex is though. Alex is on there. Yes. Connie says, oh, the loom was smaller than I thought. Lightweight and wobbly. I know that the real loom I'll get on Monday will not disappoint. Connie, keep us posted, my friend. Lori says there was a funny gal on YouTube that has a funny video of her using a backstrap everywhere, including sledding in the snow. Okay, that's funny. I could see that. It's the whole, taking the loom everywhere you go. Oh, she said the new loom. Oh, the dream was upsetting, not the real loom. Okay, thank you for clarifying, Connie. We were worried there. Okay, so it says Worked Weavers. She listed some other ones. Also some for specific things like draw looms. I imagine there was at least one rigid huddle group too, but I don't know for sure. Thank you, Sue Ann, for clarifying that for us. I appreciate it. Okay. All right, you guys, should we do a little weaving? I think so. I have a big old thermos of iced tea, and life is just pretty darn great. We got the iced tea maker out this summer, and we've been making lots of use of it, which is, yeah, I'm in a serious iced tea phase. Don't worry. The second it gets cold, I'll have the mug back out. That'd be no problem. All right, here we go. I think we should weave. What do you say? All right. Well, hello, the Bethany. You are not late, my friend. You're right on time. Just jump in when you can. Let's see. Ernie says I'm on Ravelry, but I haven't been in a couple of years. Too much to do. Yeah, too few. Right? Ernie, you are preaching to the choir. Yes, that's, yep. Okay. Lori says you can join a group specific to your weaving loom on Ravelry. Oh, that'd be a nice little perk, wouldn't it? All right. Carrie says forgot about physically weaving. Okay, friends. So it may not look like it, but I actually made quite a bit of progress on this project. So have you ever put a project on that's just is gonna be way too long? Have you ever been in this situation? Because I knew I needed to make some towels for boutiques, friends, holiday stuff, whatever. So I'm like, I need towels. I'm gonna put on a whole bunch. And basically the second I put on a whole bunch, I thought that's probably too much. That's probably too much. It may be too much for me and too much for you. And we'll see. But bear with me. It's coming along. I was able to put in, at least a few hours over the weekend, which was very fun. And it's a good time. So, your job here is to act surprised, right? Okay, here we go. Here is the project. All right. So, what I decided to do for this, at least for now, we'll see. It's a lot of inches left back there, friends. I will probably change my mind at some point. But for now, I am doing kind of I don't know if it's technically a pebble pattern. You guys can tell me because I'm not sure what makes it a pebble pattern and what doesn't. But it is a short little repeat of plain weave followed by a short little twill kind of thrown in. That is what I've kind of made up for the project for now. Here's what it looks like. So what I think is so fun is that I have two blues and two kind of neutrals. One's a white, one's like a creamy color. And when you put the warp then has the two blues and the cream color. So when I use a lighter color, of course, it pops against the dark one. And when I use a darker color, it pops against the light one. So I love this kind of alternating where you can really see the pattern where it shows up, because the blue on blue, you can't see the pattern at all. Like the texture is cool, but you can't see the pattern, not one bit. So so I like that kind of the changing of where you can actually see the interesting bits, how they pop up with the different colors. Because I love me some play with color. I love that. Okay, here we go. So because I knew I was going to do some kind of a plain weave twill mix, I put in some floating selvages for myself right there, one on each side. And I started off, and I try to always end at the same point, so I don't have to figure out where to start at. Do you guys do that too? Like if the repeat is any more than like 4 picks, if it's any bigger than that, I try to always make sure I end at the same point, so that when I sit back down, I know exactly where I am and I don't have to second guess all of that. That seems like a lot of energy for some days. So, okay. So 2 picks of plain weave. First, I've got 1 and 3. And then I got 2 and 4. And then I have everything set up for like a 2-2 twill, basically. So I've got 1 and 2 are up. If you aren't familiar with the 2-2 twill, that means that I always have 2 shafts up and 2 shafts down, but they're neighbors, so you'd have they're next to each other. That's kind of the idea. So this is 1 and 2, and this will be 2 and 3. And then I go back to 2 more picks of plain weave. Same sequence, 1 and 3. And then 2 and 4. And then I do my twill, I mix it up. I kind of go from the other direction. So now I've got 4 and 1. And 3 and 4. There we go. That is one lovely repeat of a million trillion of them. I'll go through it one more time. Now, one of the things that's been fun, I think, with this one is I've been speaking of being very zen, I've been very relaxed with this project. So there are times that I just kind of let the beater bar, I'm like, how lightly can I do it? And what is that? How's that change the pattern? Do you guys ever play with that? Like the pressure of how much you're beating with your project? I am not a person who pulls really tight. That's never been something that I've gotten in a habit of doing. But for this one in particular, I was like, I'm just going to be very, very zen about the whole thing. Just kind of let the weight of the beater bar do its thing. We'll let the chips fall where they may. That seems very unweaverly of me, doesn't it? But just for this project, let's see. All right, I got 2 more, and then I'm at a good stopping point. I'll show you. I'll give you a close up so you can see what we're working with. All right, you guys, hang on. No one gets seasick. I don't want to jinx it, but I always feel lucky when the equipment doesn't go flying off of the tripod. Okay, see that? Is that fun? I think it's just this really cool kind of little. It's not a huge repeat, but it has this really sweet kind of little groupings, little I don't know. I can't think of the better word for it, but you know what I mean, right? Is that fun? Just a little something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Connie said, I always end, so the first throw is number 1 in the pattern if I can. Yeah, I think that's great advice, Connie. And I think that just makes life easier, right? You know you're going to stop at the same point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mike. I should have mentioned this. My threading is straight draw. That's exactly right. Straight draw just being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over and over and over again. Nope, I didn't do anything crazy for this one. Thank you for clarifying. See, you guys always catch the stuff that I leave behind. Boy, I look a little crooked here, don't I? I need to tighten up things on my tripod, clearly. Okay, Gemma says, I try to get a full round of a pattern so I know where I am the next time. Absolutely, yes. I think that's just a good policy. Carrie says, I stop at the end of repeat points. Yeah. yeah, so no matter where you are, that you know where you am. She says, as for beating, I don't change my pulling strength, but I double or triple beat when I need to change the picks per inch. So you actually just move your beater bar 2-3 times when it needs to be closer. Oh, I like that, Carrie. That's a good approach. Yeah. So, Ann, if I have to stop in the middle of a long pattern sequence, I cleep. Wow. Okay, let me try it again. If I have to stop in the middle of a long pattern sequence, I clip on a little wonder clip to the edge of the pattern to remind me where to start. Yeah, brilliant. I guess what Ellen gave me, she gave me some cool little clips to use with my weaving. Yeah. I don't know where they are at the moment, but yeah. Lori is all in favor. Thank you so much, Lori. It's been fun. Rhonda says, I know you've been at a while and you make it look easy, but how do you keep your edges even? Oh, Rhonda, first of all, thank you for the compliment. There's a couple ways you can kind of do that. For me, I will tell you, I tend to always catch my weft and place it. And I have had teachers tell me that you shouldn't fiddle with it, but I tend to. I think I can control it easier. Now that makes each pick it's like an extra little step, but I tend to, when it comes to here, I'll tip it down so you can see. So basically, when this comes, see, I tend to catch it like this, and then I just place it, and then make sure I'm always okay. I have to undo it so I'll be in the same spot. Let's see. Okay. But try different things, my friend. I find that every weaver has a little different technique for how they keep their edges kind of as straight as possible. Part of what influences that is if you're changing your weft and your weft is different sizes, that makes things much more complicated because physics. So yeah, if you guys, yeah, Lori says I pinch. Bethany says practice. Yes, there's a lot of that. If you do it 1,000 times, that all makes a difference. Yeah, but don't worry, just keep going. You'll get it. That's no problem. Yeah. Priscilla says I have to keep simple patterns of being dropped off and picked up easily. Crying babies don't wait for me to get to a stopping point. Yes. Do you know what, Priscilla? I'm glad you brought this up because, yes, there are absolutely times when you are not in a situation to control when you stop. And I don't know about you, but I always like to really try to memorize the pattern and look for little visual cues for where I am. For instance, with this pattern, I know that if it looks like the little twill portion is going this way, that my feet have to go the opposite. Like there's little things that you can kind of incorporate so that you can just by eyesight, you can kind of keep track of where you are. So yes, Priscilla, thank you. That's a very valid point. And your life, yes. Connie says, please clarify, okay? You do your plain weave between all of your twill pattern. For this little nugget, yeah. Yeah. Yep, I do two. I do plain weave for 2 picks, and then I do 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, and then I do 2 more picks of plain weave, and then I do 4 and 1 and 4 and 3, in that order. So they're kind of coming and going. Do you know what? I bet I can write this down. I bet I can draft out this pattern if you guys like it, and I'll put it up in the Facebook group. How does that sound? Woo! It'd be better than the one that I made up before that ended badly. Yeah, let me know. I'll do that for you. Lori says, I notice that you beat while the shaft is still open. Yes. Yeah, I do, Lori. Yeah, that helps with the thread spread. That's a great phrase right there. Helps with the thread spread. Yes. I find that when I first started, I really drew in a lot. And beat on an open shed. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Kind of pull back on the weft before throwing the next pick. Yes. So you can play with that idea of do you throw the shuttle back and forth, one direction, and then move the beater bar and then switch? Or do you throw the shuttle, move the beater bar, keep it close to you, switch here, and then release it? You have options, so you can kind of play with that. That's absolutely, it's a very good tip. Connie says I have to stop suddenly. I put a pin in the point in the pattern. I like that. Carol says I have numbered tiles for marking what treadle I stopped with and what is next, and a magnetic board to mark my place on the throw pattern. Carol, you sound very, very organized, my friend. That is wildly, wildly impressive. Okay, folks. Let's finish strong, shall we? Connie is all about yes, my darlings. I'll make a draft for this pattern and I'll share it with you. I'm happy to do that. I would do that and much more for all of you. You know that. Okay, so let's finish strong, shall we? This week's boy, it's still crooked, isn't it? I don't know. Clearly, I need to tighten things up on the tripod because I seem to be leaning. All the books are leaning, friends. I don't know. Sometimes, does that help? It helps a little. No one take a level to the screen because it's all wonky. Anyways, okay. So this week's handwoven experience was all about modifying a weaving project because I know you gorgeous people. About half of you are going to look at the October Weave Along project and think, this is great. However, I want to make some changes, which just tickles me to no end. So I just gave some ideas and some strategies for how to think about modifying because you absolutely can and should modify stuff. But there's a few steps that you can kind of go through to make sure that you're kind of covering your bases as you do that. Active Creative Insiders, we've talked a lot about them today because in just a little under 2 hours now, they are going to get the first look at the October Weave Along pattern and project. Is coming up very, very soon. Plus, they will get a free access to a free copy of the multi-shaft project for the Weave Along. So it is a lovely time. I'll put this back up here just for a moment so you can have, there we go. It's a lovely time to check out the Active Creative Insiders. If you've been thinking, maybe I'd like to do that now, perfect time, friends. This is the sweet spot right now. Also, I know we mentioned it before, but I'll put it up here again. Don't forget to join our ongoing Facebook group. By the way, just to clarify, there is a separate Facebook group they'll be opening up for the Weave Along. That one is like a flash in the pan. It's like 6 weeks that it's open. It's just geared for that project. It's this really fun, intense kind of whirlwind where we go through the month of October together. We all make this project. It's very, very fun. So stay tuned. If you've never participated in a Weave Along, it is coming up very soon. You'll hear lots more about it. But for now, this lovely, fabulous group is live all the time. So you're welcome to join us at any point. Just make sure to answer the questions. That's the only caveat. Let's see. I think we just have one more note here on my list is don't forget to sign up for the Love Notes. Every Wednesday, I send you a little story from my life that ties into whatever the free content is for that week. So I try to make sure it's something kind of fun and personal that you can relate to, and then we all have a much better week just with a little love note in your life. So don't forget to wander over and sign up for the Love Notes there. Christine says she can't wait for the Weave Along. Had a blast last. I'm so glad. I think they're really special. They're very unique community building times, which is awesome. Alex says, thank you for my Thursday morning happiness. Much love to all the friends I'm acquiring along the way. Happy weaving. Look at you. Boy, Alex, that is the perfect send off, isn't it? Okay, friends, I'll be right back here next week on Thursday. And at that point, we will have had the announcement. So we'll have lots to talk about when it comes to the October Weave Along coming up. So you know what your homework is for this week, right? Do something creative just for you, not for family, friends, pets, neighbors, whoever. Find a little minute just to listen to that little voice and do something creative for you. It's good for the soul. And mark your calendars for next Thursday because we'll be right back here for Live with the Loom. And of course, you'll hear from me on Monday because we'll be announcing the Weave Along information. All right, gorgeous people. Thank you so much. Today was so much fun. And I'm so proud of all the progress that you're making on your projects and all the great things you're doing. It's really an honor to hang with you every single week. So have a wonderful week, right? And you know how it goes. Happy weaving.